Welcome to this social media master course. My name is Ifai Christopher, and on this course, we are going to talk about how you could grow your social media from scratch and use it to make money. So, specifically, I'm going to teach you everything you need to grow your social media, monetize your social media, and start making money online. Okay, so few years ago, rather few months back, I was just a random social media user. Get into social media, click, like, and go out. Until I started using this principle I'm going to give to you on in this video now, and I was able to explode my social media from having 5,000 followers to over 350,000 followers in a space of 1 year. So this course breaks down all the steps you're going to follow to grow your social media. This is 9 module sections. We're going to have a 9 module sections. Each sections introduce you to what you should do and what you shouldn't do. It is one of the best courses out there that you can ever have. Okay, so you're welcome. Sit back and enjoy the course. You're welcome back. So, I believe you're ready for this course. This course is categorized into 10 sections. Each sections introduce you to a new topic, and we are going to start right away. Okay, so we are going to talk about how to grow your social media, how to start online, till monetization. So each of these steps is so important that you don't want to miss it. So I believe that we are ready and we can get started. Welcome. So this is lesson one. All right. So in this lesson, we are going to do what I call the mindset shift. So this lesson one is all about your mindset shifting. All right. So starting off this video, I want to tell you a little story about my own journey, which will help you. A few years ago, exactly 2024, I was just a random Facebook user. I come to social media, I scroll, see a lot of things, laugh, comment, and go. All right. Until I decided that I don't want to be someone that come to Facebook or social media to scroll. I actually want to create. So this lesson one is all about your mindset change. You have to, before you can be able to start making impact online, growing your social media, you have to change your mindset from being a content consumer to a content creator. And it doesn't take you much, it's just a mindset shift. The mindset shift comes, and you have to start thinking on ways you can feed the platform instead of ways you can take from the platform. Yes, you can be a consumer and also a creator at the same time. Most of us, after doing our content, we can still go ahead and watch other people's content. But first of all, you have to have that switch, that mindset shift that right now I'm coming here to affect the people. So this is the first step that you're going to take for you to build your social media. So without this step, you're not going to achieve anything basically. So number one is you have to change from being a user to a creator. And there's nothing wrong in being a user, okay? But you now have to think about how, what am I going to feed the platform with? That is your starting point. All right. So this is lesson one. What I want you to do right now, before you move to the next lesson, is I want you to sit back and think about it. Now that I am turning myself from a user to a creator, what am I going to create? When we come back, I'm going to show you how to know what to create. Okay, so you're welcome back. Now that you've known that you have to be a creator, the number two things that you need to know is what can I create? What will I create? That is where most people stop, and that is where most of the problem people have on social media starts. Okay, so now that you've turned yourself from a random user to a content creator, you need to also come about what you can create. All right, so in a nutshell, we call it niche, your area of specialization. All right, so whether you are in tech, whether you are a religious person, whether you are a teacher, no matter where you find yourself in a real world, when you come online, you must also have an identity. Just like you go to school to specialize in any type of subject and course, you also need to have an identity online. Okay, so that identity defines you from the rest of the creator. Okay, so now you need to find what you need to create. All right, so I want to take you to some people on YouTube. I want you to check them out and see the difference. Okay, so let's go to the biggest creator in the world, that is Mr. Beast. You can see what he creates: feel good videos. Okay, video that spikes your excitement, your dopamine, new challenges. So this is his niche. Okay, now if you also go to Diary of a CEO, you can see the niche. They interview the world best experts. All right. So now you need to identify, what am I to create? You need to identify. Now, I want to give you an exercise, but before I give you that exercise, I want to tell you how to identify what you can create, and it's actually very simple. All right. You have to consider few things for you to start to identify your niche. All right. So, for you to identify what to create, your niche, you need to go through three processes actually. So, I'm going to walk you through those processes. Okay, so number one is what I love talking about. Okay, so you have to identify the areas of the things that you have flair for. Okay, so let me say for me, for an example, I love talking about tech because I'm into tech. So, I love talking about technology and sampling technological ideas. Okay, so you need to identify what you love talking about. All right, so after you have done that, number two, you need to identify what you can discuss right effortlessly without hassle. Now, what you love talking about is different from what you can talk effortlessly. Is so different, but sometimes it sounds similar. Okay, so you need to identify these two things: what you love talking about and what you can talk about effortlessly. Just to give you an example, I love football. I love watching football and I love football so well, but when you put me on the pitch to play the match, I might not play it very well. So that's the difference, right? And we live in an attention economy. Sometimes you have to start imperfect, but sometimes you might not have that discipline, patience to continue, especially when you are not winning. Okay, so it's good to identify what you love talking about from what you can talk about effortlessly. All right, that is two. So, what I love talking about, what I can talk about effortlessly. So, you can go ahead and take a pen and a paper, write the list of things that you can talk about effortlessly, and also write the list of the things you can talk about and you love talking about them. That is two. The third and the final one is what people love you to talk about, okay, and what the platform feeds on, right? So, for example, when you are starting your social media journey, for instance, as you're starting your social media journey, you have to check your analytics. There are those posts that you make randomly that people actually engage more in. So, those contents are so different that you might want to continue with them. So you always have to check the platform. It's so important to check the platform, check what people love and what you love and what you can do effortlessly. So, three things I've mentioned here so far: what you love talking about, what you can talk about effortlessly, and what people love you to talk about. They are so important. You could have said, I could have told you that, why not? You could have followed your passion, but this is online, and at the end of the day, the reason why you are online is to make money. So, what the platform loves, people loves from you, is good that you continuously follow suit. Okay, so I want you to do an exercise on this lesson. Take a sheet of paper, write what you love to talk about, what you love writing, what you love talking about on social media. Two, you write about what you can talk about effortlessly. If what you talk about, what you love talking about, you can talk about it effortlessly, perfect. You have find your niche. Now, as you are feeding the platform, you check those content that get engagement, traction, that people love the most. You keep on at it because it's those platform that is going to pay you. It's those content that is going to pay you, and it's those content that will make people to pay attention more to you. Okay, so this is all about identifying your niche. On the next section, we are going to talk about how to brand and build a personal brand that people can be able to identify with and buy. Okay, so you're welcome again to this module 3. On this section, we are going to talk about how to build yourself out there. All right. So remember from the lesson 1, we talk about you are not a creator, your mindset has shifted. Number 2, you've identified what you can talk about. Now, the third is having a personal brand. Now, personal branding is like your online identity, your persona. If you close your eyes and open, you can know that Davido is a musician, Whiskey is a musician, right? Mr. Beast does feel good videos, right? And if I start mentioning other creators, you can see that they have personal identity. If you're following me from Facebook, you know that I talk about tech. You understand? My personal brand. Okay, so personal branding is so important that it leaves a blueprint of you on the social media space. So you can be a creator without having a personal brand. And the worst part of it is the time that you will know that you don't have a brand is when something happens to your platform, or something that people, you need to influence a product or a brand, and you find out that people are not getting to use or do what you recommended them to do. That is when you know that you need to have a personal brand. So you need to have a persona online people can buy. Personal branding is all about people buying me, my online identity, making it available for people to buy. Okay, if people cannot buy from you effortlessly, then you don't have a personal brand. So on this lesson 3, we are going to talk about personal branding. So on this lesson, we're going to talk about personal branding and various ways you can brand online. Okay, so now that you've understood that personal branding is all about leaving your social media blueprint out there for people to buy you, get to know the Ifeanyi Christopher brand, get to know your name brand, and get to identify with you. So I want to go straight to the point to help you identify various areas that you can brand yourself immediately. All right. So, number 1, you need to have a core message. This core message is what will marry you to your identity. Like Ifeanyi Christopher tech stories. If you follow me on any social media, let's say Facebook, you find out that I write tech stories. Okay. So, this is an example. This is my brand. It is attached to my name. So, number 1 is people know you as the guy that writes tech related stories. Then the platform also identify you, which is so important. The algorithm identify you as this user is synonymous to technology related stories. And once these two things marry along, you've already created your identity online. Okay, so number 1, you need to have a core message. Every creator out there, they have a core message. Every one of them, they have core messages. I think you should take a look at your biggest creators in your social media, whatever social media you use. Take a look at the biggest creators. You find out that they have core messages. All right, so you should identify. Mine is technology stories, my core message tech stories. So you should have a core message. So, what message are you sending there? What is that one thing that you can talk about every day that people identify you with? You need to come up with it. That is so important. Number two, you need to physically have a brand color. Okay, so if you go to my wall on social media, you can see my brand color, navy blue. You can see how it is well organized. If you go to my YouTube, you can check a look at it and see how it is well organized. If you take a look at my Facebook, you can see how it is well organized. If you scroll through Mr. Big's YouTube page, you can see the color. If you go to Diary of a CEO, you can see the same message. The color is there. If you go to Brand Jota, you can see Brand Jota green clothes. All your funny content creators, they have their color. Okay, so this branding cut across everything you do, and coloring or having that color identity is so important that it imprints you in the mind of people. So it's so important that you have that color identity. Apart from having a core message, you also have a color identity. Okay, it prints you in the minds of people. Okay, number three, and the final one I'm going to talk about building your personal branding online is you should always come for people to know you. Okay, so these tips helps you a lot. You should always show who you are, real. Okay, you can be a creator that writes. Like for example, most of the time I write online, I write on Facebook, but you need to show your flaws. People need to know that you're a human, and one thing that's synonymous to human beings are they are full of error. So that means you must rush people with your emotion. Appear real, appear real, and that is the best and the most important thing. You need to appear real to people. So you have to come real to people. People need to associate you with their own life. So no faking, no exaggeration. You are coming with your own life, your own reality, and everything you are doing online. So you have to appear real. You have to have a core message, and you also need to have a color. All right. So other tips you can use to have a personal branding online is consistency. Once you have your core message, you need to be consistent. You need to continuously feed the platform with mostly your same type of content always, which will help you to create a blueprint of who you are online. Okay, so this first four module of this course is theoretical. When we come back to the second class, we talk about those practical things that you can effect and start building immediately. Okay, so you're welcome back. So the first four sections we talk about identity, we talk about mindset shift, talk about personal branding, and we talk about having your niche. All right. So let's now move further to how to really stand out online. Okay. So let's talk about content creating, creating content. All right. Now, before you go ahead and start creating your content, you need to choose the platform that you are going to create on. Okay, so now as a solo creator, you don't have a help, you don't have personal assistant, you are creating on one platform. So you need to choose the platform that you are going to function on. It's so important. It is the most crucial thing you ever do to help yourself. Now, I'm not trying to say that you're not going to share your content to other platforms. No, but you need to be active on one platform. So I'm not going to advise you on the platform you're going to choose. All platform pays. X, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All of them pays. Okay. So you choose one that you can function on consistently. Okay, let's say you're on Facebook, you consistently post on Facebook. You can share your content on other platforms, but you need to have a platform you are going to be consistent on. Okay, so now that you've choose the platform you want to start creating content, but before you start creating content, you need to organize your wall, your channel, your profile, whichever platform you are in. So right now, I'm going to give you the tips that you can use in order for you to properly organize your wall as a professional creator. Okay, so now we're going to talk about most of the platforms. So starting from Facebook. Okay. So now let's start from Facebook. Using my Facebook profile as example, so I'm going to walk you through right now on what you need to do. We move to Facebook, we go to YouTube, and we also do X. Okay, so now here's my Facebook profile. The first thing you need to do is to have a professional image. Okay, it is so crucial that you have a professional image. Like you can take a look at my image, how it looks like professionally. So it is advisable. You want to create content online, you don't just put random images where you're eating corn or where you're playing football. They are nice, they are okay, but now you need to give something to people in order for them to feed it. All right. So you need to come professional. Okay. So it's advisable that you snap a well meaningful image. Studio image is fine. If you don't have money to afford a studio image, you can actually do good quality image that you can put there. So you put a profile image professionally. If the platform you are feeding on have option for bio cover page, you need to also put a good cover page. All right. So you add a good cover page out there. Professional, can be about you, can be about your brand or whatever you want to promote. But your profile image is going to be so important. Number two, you need to write a captivating bio. From here, you can use ChatGPT. Just use this prompt I'm going to write. I'm going to write the prompt on the comment section and on the description of this video. Go to your ChatGPT. You can say, "Hi chat, write me a professional bio for my niche." In bracket, write your niche, the things you want to talk about. It can be two, three, four, or one. So you need to write a professional bio. Okay. So for you to do that, you can use ChatGPT based on the niche of what you want to talk about. Based on your niche, you need to have a professional bio. So you can actually go to ChatGPT and do that. You can ask ChatGPT to give you a professional bio on the platform you want. If it is YouTube, based on your niches, you optimize your niches. It's going to come out with something good that you can modify. So you need a professional bio. Put it out there. Tech, social media. If you go to my own platform, like let's say Facebook, I don't write a bio there because I have already built the audience. You are getting what I'm trying to say. So I just write an advertisement with one liner, get the best of my resources because people already know me. I've already built my brand. But for you as a beginner, you need to have a professional bio. So now go now, change your bio, write it professionally. I'm going to write a prompt on the description of this video and on the comment section on how you can prompt ChatGPT. I'm going to write a prompt down for you to get your professional bio depending on your platform. Okay, so that is number two. Remember, number one is professional image, two, professional bio, three is your pin post, depending on the platform you are in. Your pin post should introduce you or introduce the best video you've had. Okay, so you should pin an introductory video of you if you are starting as a creator. It is so important. That introductory video of you introduces you to the audience. Like when people randomly see your video, they quickly click on your name to check your channel or your profile. The first thing they will see is an introductory video of or introductory picture or write-up of you. It is so important. So important. It is as important as your bio. Okay, it's as important as your profile picture. So you need to make that professional introductory content and pin it in your wall. So as a starting creator, it might be your name. Meeting me for the first time, my name is Ifeanyi Christopher, the software engineer, use technology to solve human problems. Coming to my wall here, I'll give you technology related content, blah 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 blah. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and whatever. This is this is making people nice. I want to get to meet this guy. Oh, I want to get to meet this bro. Okay, it gives that people that feeling of belonging. Okay, nice meeting you, fine. I want to get to work with you. I want to meet you. So you are giving them the perception that, hey, I'm approachable. You can work with me. So you need to have that pin post. Okay, good professional image. If you are writing good quality video, don't fake it. Be natural. Write it. or say it out there so that people can identify with you. It's so important. Depending on the platform, YouTube have an introductory video on your channel, Facebook have a pin post on your channel, on your wall, Instagram pin post, TikTok pin post, and other platforms. Now, once you've started having that traction, people started coming to your wall and you started having engagement views. Now you can now go ahead and pin one of your best videos, best performing content, and this also introduce you in such a way that people say, "Oh, wow, this guy have over 1 million view on this video. Wow, this video has over. Wow, this content is so mad. I'm going to pay attention to this person." So with time, you can be able to introduce your best content. All right. So on this module, we've talked about how to brand yourself practically. Number one, starting from putting your bio, your profile picture. Now we talked about how to pin your wall. Okay. Now that you've learned how you can start organizing yourself online, properly managed classically, let's talk about content. Now, before we talk about content, let's talk about one other thing. If you are using platforms like Facebook, platforms like Instagram, okay, you need to deactivate people from tagging you. You need to stop people from tagging you. It is so important that it helps you to organize your wall. It gives you an identity. You need to know when people tag you and remove them. Somebody cannot be selling crayfish and they tag you. Somebody cannot be eating corn and they tag you. Somebody cannot be going to their service, their Sunday service, and they tag you. Okay, so you need to have that aura persona online that nobody will be able to tag me unless it is necessary. When they tag you, you check them out, check the tag, the post. Not when they are eating whatever they want to eat, they tag you. So you remove people from tagging you, please. It's so important. Remove people from tagging you. When they tag you, the platform should be able to send you a message that if I tag you while he was eating crayfish, you now check and say, "Can I allow this guy?" No. You say no, you decline. Okay. Go on now, do it. Remove all the tags, delete all the posts that people are tagging you unnecessarily. If I and 500 other people tag you in a post, remove it. It doesn't make your wall neat. You hear? Good. All right. So you have done that. You've removed all the tag. Your wall is neat. You have good bio, good pin posts. Like I've said about personal branding, I've talked about color. It is expedient that your profile picture and your pin post have the same type of branding. Okay. If you are using platforms like YouTube, you should have the same type of color. That is your thumbnail. If you go to my YouTube page, you can see how my thumbnail looks like. So your thumbnail should come with the same type of color. It gives people that resemblance, identity. Whenever they see your profile, your pictures, your videos, they'll be able to identify it immediately. Okay. So now you've done that, you've cleared your wall, you've cleared everything, you remove all those tags. You are ready now to become a creator. Now, how do you become a creator? Three ways. You can write, you can make videos, and you can share other people's videos. You can write, you can make content, or you share other people's content. All right. So let's talk about the simplest one, writing. Okay. So you're using platforms like TikTok. Yeah, you can write on TikTok. Using platforms like Facebook, X, Instagram, you write. So, how do you write? Very simple, depending on the topic you want to talk about. Now, before you write content, this is a master class, so that's why I'm going to teach you this. Before you write content, you're a content writer, you're not making videos. It's the same way for videos, but content writing. Each of your content should send a message. If you are a content writer, you write on Facebook, X, or TikTok, each of your content should send a message. It is very, very crucial and very important. Most people ignore this. You have to pass a message. It mustn't be a serious message, but it must be a message. You want to make people laugh, you write sarcastically. You want to send a message out there to the world, you write. So your content must pass a message. It's so important for you to know your niche, identify the area you are specializing on, and write content based on it. Okay. Now, to give you that in a nutshell, I have a book on how to write on social media. I'm going to drop the link on the description. You can chat me up and get it all straight away. Okay. So if you're a content writer, you need to make your research. You can use AI to make your research and write content that send a message. Okay, the scope of this course, we're not going to take a look at into your type of content that you make, but we are going to do that in our next course. Okay, so now that you are ready, you're now ready to create content. All right, so now that you've already identify, organize your world, and know what to create, now let's move on to the system of making content. Okay, so the system of making content so that you will not burn out. Whether you're a video creator or you're a writer, you need to have a system of making content. And on this module, I'm going to quickly establish that for you. Okay, number one, you need to schedule your content. Why I talk about scheduling is it gives you time and it gives you the opportunity to get the best out of the platform. Okay, so it's good that after making your content, you shoot, you post, is good, but most of the time, it is good to also schedule your content. Okay, so you can schedule your content, you can post them, you can have a creative cycle. Okay, so your system should be like have a 1 month content cycle. I'm not trying to say that you should create a 1 month content together. If you don't have that resources, if you don't have that opportunity to do that, but if you have a content calendar, okay. So I'm going to put a prompt on the description on how you can get a content calendar from ChatGPT. So check the comment section on the description of this video. That will be a prompt for you. Okay, you have to have a 30 days content calendar of what you talk about, which is very, very important. So that 30 days content calendar helps you to organize your content. Okay, first week, Monday, motivation, Tuesday, tech stories, Wednesday, remote jobs, Thursday, financial education, Friday, international politics and entertainment, Saturday, you teach lessons, you teach, you write thread on teaching people. Sunday, you talk about exotic things and so on and so forth. So it's good to have a content calendar. What content calendar does to you is it gives you a well organized platform, well organized content. And apart from that, it also give your audience a well organized world. They know what to expect from you. Okay, so now that you've done, you learn about that. The next is turning your followers into loyal audience, building community. Is so important because as we are talking about building community, we're talking about monetization. Okay, so now you need to build community. Okay, you can be a creator, like I said in the beginning of this video, you can be a creator for 10 years without having a community. How to know that you don't have a community is when you want to tell people that, hey guys, I want you to go to this social and so and perform social and so tax. Nobody does it. You can be a creator without having that flair of turning your followers into loyal customers, loyal audience that can buy from you. So here is how to do it. Number one, you need to start resonating with their problem. From the content you make, people comes to you on a random basis, inbox, comment section, whatever, to ask you some random question. Somebody will ask you, hi, I'm having problem in my Facebook, blah blah blah, how can I do about it? That is an opportunity. It's either you talk to that person personally or you write a thread or a solution on your wall about it. This makes people to buy you. This makes people to buy you a lot most of the time. Okay, this is one of the strategies I've used to sell my copies of my books to over 500 people. Okay, so this makes people to buy you. Always identify with their problem. Always and always identify with people's problem. So when they come and say, hey, I'm having so and so difficulty, you switch, you identify with the problem, and you solve it. You basically and you solve it. You basically solve it. So you start solving people's problem. Once you start solving people's problem, they start to get identified with you. Okay, so finally in this course we talk about monetization. So how do I monetize? Very simple. The platform first of all pays you when you reach some certain threshold, depending on the platform. you should find out the one for you. YouTube, 4,000 watch hour, 1,000 subscribers. Facebook, 5,000 followers, and your videos, 50 minutes watch time, depending on the platform you are in. Okay, so the platform pays you, and people also pay you. You need to start also to sell digitalized product, ebook like this course you're watching. You can sell ebooks, you can sell newsletters, you can also promote other people's brand to start making money. Okay, guys, so we've come to the end of this course. I hope you enjoy it. It's a tip of an iceberg on how to stand out online. If you want to take it further, I'm suggesting that you buy and read these two books I'm going to display on the screen. Number one is your personal brand playbook. This book is what will give you, craft your identity, the same identity I used in building over 350,000 followers on social media. This is your personal brand playbook, one of the best you can read on the field. And the second book is Grow Big on Social Media. Everything I've said here has been packaged in a book called Grow Big on Social Media. And it is not just about everything I've said here. I also itemize and list ways you can make content and grow effortlessly. So if you can get these two books, finish reading it, you will get the best out of your online creation journey. The second part of this video is practical class. I'm going to walk you through how I make my content, how I use AI to assist me, and how to write stories that stand out. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this part of the course. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to see you on the next one.